Hello everyone. Today I will do the presentation about the case study, the EPC network. Here is the background of this case. This case introduces Gentek's industry background and innovation needs by describing Gentek's IT director Keith's understanding of EPC technology and an example of making plans. In the case, the working principle of EPC technology and the current technological progress are summarized in detail, and the strengths of the EPC technology are highlighted in combination with the existing problems of Gentek, including how KIT plans to implement EPC technology in the company, the problems and challenges that EPC technology may bring, and the future development plan of EPC in Gentek. Readers will have a deeper understanding of this technology. In the progress of Kate understand EPC network, Kate had first come across the technology in a press release from the O2ID Center. He knew it was now time to work more closely with his counterpart, and Kate reflected on the journey to date of this emerging technology and looking around for the next big thing that may affect the industry. Also, Kate gathered further information and was also able to contact Tom Cat, who is the executive director of the center. But there are many questions remained unanswered. Gentek is a global manufacturer, which is a well-known consumer packaging company and is recognized as one of the largest companies in the world. It is headquartered in the UK and has subsidiaries all over the world. The current situation of Gentek is the company had the limited profitability over the last 3 years, and the consumers are shifting their attention and spending power to other products and services. Moreover, CPG industry is a highly competitive one characterized by low margins and without real product innovation. In this highly competitive industry, Gentek is constantly looking at improving efficiency and making cost reductions. The issue of lost and misplaced orders due to human error needs to be addressed. Also include serious logistic problems and product theft problem. Furthermore, it needs to work closely with some of the larger retail customers for increased sales to end customers. Like the image shows on the right, EPC networks are a set of integration technologies that together provide the ability to uniquely identify pallets, cases, or individual products. Each product comes with an RFID1 tag, which contains an electronic product code. RFID readers are used to read the EPC from each tag. Each EPC is linked to further data through the information system. In this way, the physical world is connected to the information world, creating a ubiquitous global real-time automatic identification solution. Kate realized that 15 companies had joined the O2ID Center, including 3 that were Gentek's biggest retail customers and its biggest competitors. In order to join the O2ID Center, Kate must convince Gentek's Emerging Technology Council. Because of Gentek's previous history of technology development and the conservatism of company executives, Kate's presentation of EPC technology is quite difficult in Gentek Council. After he demonstrated to council members the potential business value of EPC investment, members of the council were finally persuaded by a narrow margin. For Gentech complaint, EPC is currently in the planning stage, and there are two problems still worth KIT's consideration. Because many technology companies have invested significant resources in developing potential components of the EPC network and marketed their standards to technical committees. But many of the users have conflicting needs. There is often direct competition between technology companies that are expected to collaborate on common standards. It is difficult to create standards for these end users. Also, due to the lack of research on Gentech-related business system integration issues, the integration of the new EPC system into the new global ERP system will cause significant delays probably. This case study makes a detailed study of the process steps involved and the typical time of each step. By comparing the current states to the future, the EPC network will be used instead of many of the manual process steps that were previously performed. On the other hand, through the process cost, EPC network implementation cost, ROI calculation, and NPV and tag price sensitivity analysis, this data can reflect the advantages of EPC for enterprise advance. Whether the management innovation brought by the technological innovation will have an impact on the operation of the company, and how the local operators will suffer in terms of knowledge and human capital. Since Gentech is a global company, some Asian countries do not allow RFID systems to operate in the UHF band. So, the legitimacy of EPC networks in the different countries and regions is also a challenge, because this decentralized environment means that establishing EPC standards is very difficult. Most importantly, the issue of privacy security has always been a topic of concern due to the identification and tracking capabilities of EPC networks, which will also be an important challenge in the development of EPC. For the EPC plan to be better implemented in Gentech, KIT needs to learn more about the role of this technology and submit a pilot implementation plan to Gentech's Emerging Technologies Council. Also, he needs to understand some of the inter-organizational issues that can raise when using EPC networks. Due to the lack of enough research, KIT must cooperate with other companies to share the lessons learned from the EPC project and plan. In this highly competitive industry environment, with some partners and competitors having already announced EPC development strategies, KIT must quickly develop an EPC network adoption plan and submit its result to the Emergency Technology Council of Gentech. The organizing version of Gentech for EPC, as communicated by proponents in through the use of EPC network integration technology, make the Gentech each product with RFID1 tag. The RFID reader can be read from each tag electronic product code, the electronic product code, and through future data. An information system is connected to the physical world and information world, makes real Gentech into the Internet of Things, with EPC technology enabling each product to be connected to the information world in the system. Gentek can address previously issues where orders were lost or misplaced due to human error. Secondly, the logistic problems caused by the increase of deliverable volume can also be solved through EPC technology. Furthermore, EPC technology can solve many problems caused by product loss between manufacturers and retailers due to theft, wrong deliverable, and destroy. The technology could meet the needs of strategy to improve profitability in manufacturing. In order to make different stakeholders of the enterprise accept the innovation of EPC technology, managers should interact with different stakeholders as early as possible to have a great opportunity to help them understand and what they hope to achieve, and understand their concerns so that it can present the digital transformation plan in the best way for the stakeholders. Also, the director needs to work with a variety of stakeholders to plan and implement this technology strategy. To enable digital technology to add value to all aspects of the organization requires the agency stakeholders involved to effectively support the effective technology strategy for the development of EPC, which makes IT department can profoundly understand organizational needs and goals and make stakeholders can feel the sense of ownership. In the process of getting stakeholders to accept EPC changes, managers also need to adopt reasonable methods to enable them to accept EPC technology as soon as possible. The following methods can facilitate their acceptance. With different presentation addressing each department's concerns, managers can show each stakeholder how the transition will ultimately benefit them. Managers should make their presentation as visual as possible, including pictures, charts, and videos, to give stakeholders a more direct understanding of how the digital transformation will enhance the value of company and create higher profits. When stakeholders inevitably questions the costs of digital transformation and when results will be seen, managers should have available financial data so they can answer all the questions from stakeholders and remove confusion. Here are the stages of Gentek's innovation process of the EPC network. Stage 1. Director Kate learned about EPC network technology by reading the Auto ID Center's press release and exploring the potential of the technology to change the way Gentek operates. The next stage is Kate made an innovation decision on Gentek's current problems in the highly competitive CPG industry and whether EPC technology can solve these problems in combination with Gentek's needs. The next one is Kate made an introduction of EPC technology innovation to the council. Due to Gentek's previous history of spending on IT, the company's executives hold a conservative attitude towards new technologies. Therefore, Kate needs to persuade the executives to accept the company's technological innovation to implement real EPC technology innovation in Gentek. The next stage is after Gentek joins the Automatic Identity Center, Kate needs to evaluate the technology feasibility of EPC technology and closely track the different stages of its technology development. The evaluation period also gives him an idea of how and when the technology would affect Gentek's operations. The stage 5 is after introducing the EPC to Gentek, Kate considered how to make the technology more suitable for Gentek's operations while ensuring that the EPC is potentially disruptive to the company, especially as the company adapts to the global business. The sixth stage is to summarize the challenges and problems that may arise during Gentek's EPC technology innovation, especially in terms of management innovation and global standards development, to ensure that Gentek can obtain the full value of the new EPC system. The final stage is Kate presented a pilot implementation plan to Gentek's Emerging Technologies Council and let them learn more about how the technology works in Gentek's environment. Then, the future development strategy of Gentek in EPC technology innovation is formulated to realize future benefits. The first key issue is that it is currently difficult for Kate to clearly identify Gentek's benefit to justify the investment. One of Kate's main goals is to ensure that Gentek captures the full value of new EPC system. Kate should also anticipate that technological innovation should be accompanied by management innovation, as the opportunity not to take advantage of new ways of working may limit the effectiveness of EPC network execution. The physical layout of the plant and warehouse will be affected by EPC technology. The impact of these changes in workflow and practices on Gentek employees, and that these effects can lead to concerns about job security, health, and safety. The next one is, if EPC technology reform is used, will Gentek suffer a loss in local operators' knowledge and human capital? In addition, individual country regulatory frameworks complicate the process of standard setting for EPC networks as a global technology. Different national regulations will restrict the global application of EPC technology. This decentralized management environment means that establishing EPC standards is very difficult. Due to the privacy issue caused by the traceability of EPC in some large European retailers, the impact of different retailers' adoption of different standards on Gentek's operation and how to manage the coordinate it has also become a key issue that Kate should foresee. This key issue deserves Kate's attention because Gentek is a global company and will eventually need to roll out an EPC network across its entire business worldwide. The business value that EPC technology provides to Gentek is mainly reflected in the important role it plays in each link of the supply chain. With the EPC network to enterprise as a core, each link is closely linked to molecularly manage and control the entire supply chain and consider various behavioral factors to make it play the greatest benefit. This fits the strategy needs of complaint. Specifically, it is mainly reflected in the following aspects. The first one is effectively manage the purchasing progress of raw materials. Select suitable suppliers and complete the purchasing task by integrating factors such as raw material price, performance, and compatibility. The second one is realize the identification and tracking of all the items that can be used in the production process on the whole production line. Reduce the error in the process of manual operation, improving the production efficiency and benefit. The next one is when the product is transported, the current position and status information of the product is recorded by readers and other relevant devices for users to inquiry and manufacturers to manage. In this way, the workload in the process of cargo transportation is greatly reduced, thus reducing the cost budget of the enterprise in the transportation link. The fourth one is convenient and effective warehouse management can automatically scan and record every movement of goods without contact. Through the statistic of relevant data, it can also quickly and accurately obtain the inventory level and shortage efficiency of the warehouse. By tracking the EPC label signal, the system can realize automatic inventory to directly obtain the cargo information. In the process of product sales, the goods with EPC label are scanned, especially in a large retail industry like Gentech. EPC technology is adopted to enable the system to record cargo information and transaction records in details, as well as the sales situation and account management for a period. First, like we learned from the lecture, value is created and shared by all members of a network rather than by individual complaints. Because Walmart and Tesco are the main partner of Gentech, these two main partners treat EPC technology innovation as the main development strategy of their complaints. At the same time, other big European retailers will be posted in a few weeks after the news of a similar statement. It indicates EPC technology as the next phase of development strategy in the entire business environment. Kit can start with this aspect to Gentech's board, shows that the development of EPC inevitably of innovation strategy. Secondly, combining with specific Gentech EPC innovation plan. Introduce specific plans to the board not only can solve the problem of the company in the supply chain at present stage, and EPC technology have obvious help for the future development of the company. At the same time, Kate should describe Gentech's rival for the attitude of EPC technology. The board to understand this new technology can help companies win in the competition. Finally, there are certain risks and problems in any technical innovation, and Kate should reasonably explain to the board of directors about some anticipated potential problems. During the presenting process, easy to understand language should be used to make the technical understandable to the board members, and visual presentations such as pictures and videos should be used to make the technical more acceptable to all the board members. EPC, the innovation of science and technology in the process of planning and promotion encountered some barriers and difficulties. The directors should be familiar with all the information and understand new technology. Like Kit in this case, he studied a lot of information and contacted the New Technology Development Association, then set the most suitable plan for their own enterprise innovation strategy. The supervisor should maintain authenticity when presenting the new technology to the board of the enterprise, while at the same time making all stakeholders concerned with the enterprise understand and support the use of the new technology through simple and clear presentation. Finally, formulate corresponding solutions for the anticipated problems and show them to the members of the corporate board of directors. In this case, the directors need to timely understand the development trend of the industry and the progress brought by innovative technology to the industry, and make the best innovative plan for the company in the face of various challenges on the road of innovation. Finally, in the process of specific and technological innovation, managers will encounter difficulties due to their lack of experience, so they should cooperate with other companies to share their experience and lessons in the development of new technologies, so as to make a more perfect plan for the company to adapt to the flexible business environment.